Okay, welcome back. Now, when you look at this question here, number 3, you can see they gave you only two sides. This side is missing, the hypotenuse is missing. So, you will have to calculate the hypotenuse, firstly. Then secondly, they want you to look at angle N. So, we are looking from this angle here. We are looking from this angle. So, that will be the opposite side. And this will be the adjacent side. Now, you want to find the hypotenuse. So, now, for sine, cos and tan, you're going to use these words. But remember, for theorem of Pythagoras, this is the other side and this is still the other side, okay? So, for sine, cos and tan, you need opposite and adjacent and hypotenuse. For theorem of Pythagoras, you need hypotenuse, opposite side, opposite side. So, let's first find the missing side, hypotenuse. So, hypotenuse squared is equal to the other side squared plus the other side squared, which is equal to 3 squared plus 5 squared. And you put that in the calculator, 9, 25, 34, you'll get 34. So h is equal to square root 34. Don't find the answer because they said leave insert form. So square root 34, leave it insert form. Right, now we are ready to find the answers. You want sine n. Sine of angle n is equal to opposite over hypotenuse. Oh, by the way, we found the hypotenuse. Hypotenuse is now square root of 34. So sine is opposite 3 over root 34. So it's 3 over root of 34. Next, you want cos of angle n. Cos is equal to adjacent over hypotenuse. Adjacent is 5 over hypotenuse 33. 5 over root 34. And finally, you want tan of angle n, which is equal to opposite over adjacent. Opposite is 3, adjacent is 5. 3 over 5. Alright, so that was number 3. Now you must remember that you also have to develop speed when you're working. You can't be writing too slowly, otherwise you will lose time in the exam. Okay, so that was number 3. Let's move on to number 4. Now we are looking at number 4. When we study the diagram, we find that this is the hypotenuse. You've got to be very careful. So that's the hypotenuse. And you are dealing with alpha. There's angle alpha here. So if this is alpha, you're looking at the opposite side. That will be the opposite side. And this will be the adjacent side. Right? So it's very important. Work out the hypotenuse. From this angle you're looking that way, so that's opposite and that's adjacent. Right. Now we are ready to find the answers. Oh no, one side is missing, so we have to find that side. So for theorem of Pythagoras, this is hypotenuse, that's other side, that's other side. So you are trying to find other side. So the theorem says other side squared plus other side squared is equal to hypotenuse squared. So if I start here, that's, let's call it A. A squared plus 5 squared is equal to 8 squared. So A squared is equal to 8 squared minus 5 squared. And you'll put that in the calculator. You'll get 64 minus 25, which will give you 39. That will give you 39. So A squared is 39. A squared is 39. So A is equal to square root of 39. Once again, don't put it in the calculator, leave it like that, because they said leave answers insert form. Now you want to find the answers. Sine of alpha is equal to opposite over hypotenuse. Opposite is 5, hypotenuse is 8. Cos of alpha is equal to adjacent over hypotenuse. Adjacent, we just found that. Adjacent is 39. We should have put it in the diagram. So this is square root of 39. So adjacent is square root of 39 over hypotenuse, which is 8. And finally, tan of alpha is equal to opposite over adjacent, which is equal to opposite is 5 over adjacent, which is square root 39. So we hope you had these two correct. Alright, so that was number 3 and 4. Now in our next lesson, we're going to take you a little further. Now that you can find ratios, we're going to take you in the next lesson a little further, where you're going to find ratios and make comparisons. You're going to find ratios and make some comparisons and some conclusions. Alright, comparisons mean you will check whether they equal or not equal. That's what you mean, comparison. If they equal, you'll make a conclusion. They equal and so on, or greater than, less than, etc. Okay, that was number 3 and 4. Get ready to do number 5 and 6.